Yahoo World Soccer 2010, the World Cup Pick'em Challenge, taking a look at the Tucson Red Carders group. We're going to review what's happened both on the field in some of the games and take a look at what's happened in the Tucson Red Carders standings. Just kind of reset the table here. Just 5 days remain in round one competition in the World Cup. The round of 16 begins Saturday, 7 a.m. local time. Here where we're located, it's going to be when things kick off. Picks will lock 5 minutes prior to each game, as they have throughout the tournament. But just want to let everybody know, the first round will be over Friday, so you'll want to return to your picks page and start making picks for the later rounds Friday during the day. The picks should be posted by Friday night. Everybody needs to get in there and get their picks set for the round of 16. The round of 16 is going to run through Tuesday, so if you do for some reason miss out on the first set of picks there for the Saturday to kick off round of 16, you have plenty of time to get your picks in. And just remember, if you forget your picks, that doesn't mean you're done. Always get in there and make those picks. So if for some reason you can't get in there and get your picks made in time, make sure you still return to the group and try to get your round of 16 picks in for the remaining games as the round of 16 runs through Tuesday. And we also want to point out, round of 16 games are actually worth more points, and the score selection for that round is also worth more points as well. So definitely worth your time to go in there and get those picks made Friday. On the pitch, let's take a look at what happened in World Cup action since we last spoke last Sunday. On Monday, there was a surprising win by Japan over Cameroon. Those two teams had a decent match, but Japan wound up the victor there. Somewhat surprising, we should say. And then Italy had a disappointing tie with Paraguay. Italy has had some serious performance issues so far in the tournament. On Tuesday, there was a pair of ties, and Brazil beat North Korea. On Wednesday, Chile got a huge win over Honduras, while Spain lost to Switzerland. Spain, one of the favorites coming into the tournament, had a disappointing loss to Switzerland, and South Africa got thumped by Uruguay. On Thursday, Argentina routed South Korea, and Mexico shut out France. On Friday, Serbia with a huge upset over Germany, another huge favorite coming into the World Cup. Germany, very disappointing performance against Serbia. England had a very disappointing tie with Algeria, and the United States team played on Friday. They wound up tying Slovenia. This was a huge game for the U.S. They were down 2-0 at one point. They managed to tie the game up, and then an unfortunate call by a referee took a third goal off the board for the U.S. So for those of you who picked the U.S., you were definitely robbed, as the United States wound up walking away with a tie against Slovenia on Friday. On Saturday, the only major note was that the Netherlands is now 2-0 after another victory on Saturday. And on Sunday, Italy had a disappointing tie with New Zealand, and Brazil easily walked by Ivory Coast. Taking a look at the Tucson Red Carders standings, 29 matches have hit the books in World Cup competition. Atop the standings sits Greek Thunder. Greek has 15 of the 29 games picked correctly, 4 scores picked correctly as well, for a total of 34 points. Greek leads by 3 over number 2, the Showstopper. Showstopper 14 games picked correctly with 3 scores right for 31 points. Third place right now, Orange Power Dutch R Clutch with 13 picks correct with 3 scores to go with that for a total of 29 points. And then we have a tie for fourth between Broken Ankle and Keeper for Life. Broken Ankle has 12 picks right. Keeper for Life has 13 picks right. The difference being that Broken Ankle has 4 scores correct to Keeper's 2. Both teams have a total of 28 points heading into the final week of round 1. Sixth place is a two-way tie between Rooney and Football. Those teams both got there in different ways as well. Rooney has 11 picks right with 4 scores for a total of 26 points, and Football has 12 picks right with 2 scores to go with that for 26 points. Then we have a three-way tie to round out the top 10. Three-way tie for 8th between Arsenal US, Glory Glory Man United, and This Spot Reserved. All three of those teams have 25 points, 11 picks correct to go with 3 scores correct. Rounding out the rest of the field, there's a two-way tie for 11th between GOAL and Goal. That's kind of ironic. Both teams have 24 points, 11 picks correct, and 2 scores correct. 13th is Dizzy Lizzy, 10 games picked correctly, 1 score correct, total of 21 points. Kaka and I Love Foosball are tied for 14th. Both teams have 10 games correct and no scores correct so far. 16th right now is London Tea Party of 2010. That group has 9 picks correct with 1 score correct for a total of 19 points. Yellow Card sits 17th right now. 7 games picked correctly, but 3 scores picked correctly for a total of 17 points. Then we have an 18th place team who will be headbutted this year. 7 games right with 1 score right for a total of 15 points. 19th is Pipsqueak 7. 7 games picked correctly out of the first 29 matches. 14 total points there. And rounding out the field is Otis and the Drunks Do Soccer. Just 5 games picked correctly. 1 score correct for a total of 11 points. Just to let everybody know, again, there's 5 days left in round 1 competition. You can always make your changes, to your picks up to 5 minutes before the game actually starts. The next time you're going to see us here will be next Sunday, June 27th, around the same time. We'll be well into round of 16 action by that point. So just want to make sure everybody gets back on board and checks out the Friday page there to make sure they make their picks for the round of 16 action that will kick off on Saturday. And just to make sure everybody's aware, there will be an alert posted on the league page. And for those of you following on Facebook, you'll also be alerted of the option to go ahead and make your picks for round of 16 action. So hope to see everybody back next Sunday as we take a look at the standings after yet another week of World Cup action has been completed.